Mission to the U.S. Space and Rocket Center, a go. Objectives: explore the archives, discover artifacts, and uncover the secrets of rocketry and human spaceflight.
So today is Arthur C. Clarke's birthday. So happy birthday, Arthur. Or should I say Sir Arthur? He was knighted. Arthur C. Clarke is probably one of the most influential science fiction writers. His books are deeply thoughtful, very technical, and that comes from the fact that he was a physicist who worked for the RAF on radar systems. Probably what he's most famous for is the book and film 2001: A Space Odyssey. We happen to have a lot of connections to 2001: A Space Odyssey and to Arthur Clarke through that film because of a donor to our collection called Frederick I. Ordway III, who has a lot of material here in the collection at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. He too, like Arthur Clarke, was a physicist, and he had a lot of connections to the space program, and he managed to start working for the film 2001 as a technical consultant. So whenever you see the layout of a control panel inside one of the spacecraft or the centrifuge scene or the hotel, he had a lot to do with all the information that went onto those control panels. Because of his involvement with the space program in the real world, he helped do things like develop checklists for the astronauts working in the cockpit of Discovery spacecraft. And of course, we even have photos of Fred Ordway on the set with Stanley Kubrick and Arthur C. Clarke. We think that Fred was brought into the process because Stanley Kubrick, as a very realism-focused director, and Arthur C. Clarke, as a scientist and a futurist, they felt that it was very important that they bring as much realism into the film as possible. And so that's how someone like Fred would become involved in the film. And that's how we ended up, because he was a Huntsville person, with all of these materials in here. We have concept design sketches, we have behind-the-scenes photos, and all of that, of course, is thanks to the fact that Arthur C. Clarke came up with that idea, wrote the book and the screenplay, and got Huntsville involved through Fred, and even one of the set designers, Harry Lang, who worked on other films but started his art career as a technical illustrator here in Huntsville. So thanks again, Arthur. We really appreciate all the hard work that you put into it and gave us the opportunity to collect these wonderful 2001 items.